Hello, friend.
Here we are. It's Friday night.
So how have you been, man?
Good, good.
I'm excited. I updated the good old friend Gishath.
Did you? Okay.
I mean, it's still not great, but I got rid of some of the cards that I felt like were not necessarily dead weight, but... So how have you been, man?
Yeah, there's just been so much change.
What do you mean Rule Zero?
We're just going to talk about what we got going on and see if we all fit kind of same power level wise. So no one's going to get curb stomped by a CEDH deck or...
Okay, that's fair. Bit of a spell slinger deck. I'll shove this away and grab something else.
All right. I filled up rather quickly.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, doing
How
good.
you doing?
Edgar Markov. Who's going to win this fight, dinos or vampires?
We'll see.
Or a man
If I
that
can get
won't
them
talk too
tall,
much?
maybe.
You know, I feel like all dragons should be errata to dinosaurs because let's be real. Dragons are just flying dinosaurs that might happen to be able to breathe fire.
Yeah, I can get along with that. My Pantlaza deck would definitely appreciate that.
Okay, so I do have to ask, how does Discover work? Because I have a couple cards that say Discover, but don't explain Discover.
Yeah, so Discover is so let's say if it says like Discover 5,
Right.
the CMC has to match that.
Or
Right.
or
CMC
less,
has to
right?
match. What was that?
Is it 5 or less, or does it have to
Correct.
be 5? Okay.
5 or less. You can also pop that card to your hand as well. Like you don't have to
Oh,
play
okay.
immediately. Like let's say you bring out like a Swords of Plowshare, right? And you're like, I don't want to use that right now.
It's
Well,
not
you can
like
actually pop it
Cascade
to
where
your
you
hand.
put it on the bottom of the library or whatever.
Exactly.
Sweet. Because
Um,
I bought the Pantlaz's
I
deck
got
to upgrade this deck, and I finally did it today. So what do you got going on there?
I got this Garth One-Eye build that is just two precons meshed together.
Interesting. That sounds like something that I've done in the past.
It's the two Brother Wars precons.
Ah, so you're just brothering it all up, huh?
I am. And I have Garth as my 5-color commander.
Sounds spicy. I think you're
Okay.
so I also have a Garth One-Eyed deck, but our stories are very different.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as I looked at him, I was like, man, I could build something really good with abusing his ability and bouncing him and untapping him and stuff.
Oh no, see, I mean, I use my commander, like don't get me wrong, but I have a hidden commander in the deck, and the hidden commander is Door to Nothingness, and that's the only way that deck will win is I'll use Door to Nothingness to kill everyone on the table.
But this shouldn't be that strong. It's
All right.
cohesive.
Yeah, I figured those two decks would actually work really well
I'm not sure
together.
if it's cohesive, if you ask me, but it's cohesive enough.
All right, I wanna flip yours at least. So let's do that. Seriously, why do I have like these weird artifacts? I'm not like it should be cleaner than this. You know what I mean? But like, there's just like these digital artifacts on my camera. Like my camera's a decent camera. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the auto something or another. I'm gonna take a look at that. See if I can.
I'm
Alright.
good.
Oh, I should probably look to see if my hand's keepable.
I'm good.
We can't hear you.
Oh, you can't
Okay.
hit. Oh my god.
Nope. No, zombie. We can't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
Nope.
Hello, hello, hello.
Still no.
Nothing, man.
What the fuck? I mean, my stream can hear me.
Oh,
Ah!
there you are.
There we
Oh,
go. Yeah,
oh,
we hear you.
Oh, okay. That was so
A
fucking.
little percussive maintenance there. Just
Yeah.
had to hit it a little.
Yo, I've had stories and no one's heard anything about it. Man.
No. Nothing.
All right, so I have a Garth One Eye deck too, but it's a Door to Nothingness deck, and I kill people with Door.
Yeah. Very nice.
There was a cooler story behind it, but I'm gonna mulligan this hand away.
You want to randomize the player order before we keep our hands?
Why would I do that?
One last question. Everybody can. My camera's working, right?
Yep, we
Yeah,
can see
we
it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, randomize.
I should mulligan, but I'm not going to.
You know, we're not a fan of mulliganing to 6. If you're not gonna have a good time, please mulligan.
Oh,
I'll have a good time.
I should get my glasses. Hold on.
Yeah, you need to be able to see Mr. Tim.
Let me mulligan. Screw it.
Yeah.
Spoil my next card.
I'd rather you be able to have a good time and not risk to not have a good time. That's why we're here to have fun. Something fell. Sheesh. If I had one more land, this hand would be okay.
Oh, I'm last? I love going last.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize I'm going first.
Well, you know why you're going first is because I had the count impersonation going on, and it's like, oh, that means I have to make the vampire player go first.
Flawless logic.
Well, I like to believe I am flawless. I mean, we are host of a podcast, so
And you can only do, as everyone knows, you can only do that if you're really good at it.
yeah, it's true. Oh, I need to text Alan to let him know I'm live.
Yeah, you better.
Let me get a keepable hand first.
You get a lot of viewers in your podcast?
Sometimes. I'm also streaming on Twitch, right? Meow.
Yeah, I figured that with your setup.
Yeah.
Hi, Twitch.
All right. Do I keep a 7-land hand?
Yeah.
Do I keep a 7-land hand?
Oh dang, that sucks.
I wouldn't be missing a land drop ever.
Not
No,
for a
you
long
wouldn't.
time.
Not for the first 7 turns.
I do have a wayward Sabertooth in here, so it might have been less. But I would have had to have gotten extremely lucky to draw it. Oh, so I didn't realize those precons from Lost Caverns of Ixalan came with like a mini collector's booster.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They all do.
I didn't know that, and these are the 2 cards I got. I got the Veto and a Raging Ceratops.
Nice.
Look how pringled this thing is, though.
Yeah,
All the
we
new
say
ones
that
that are
a
all bad.
Man, that's almost a circle.
It's absolutely insane.
I was in a historic format last month, and I only had one Moorish cavalry that was not foil, but I had a Time Spiral foil, and I asked to the host, I'm like, well, can I run my foil one? And he's like, no,
It's
No.
3 lands. I'm keeping it.
marked. And I'm like, well, it's clearly flat. And he's like, it doesn't matter. can't run any foils, so I just had to run one Moorish cavalry.
Tim, where'd you get that playmat, bro? That thing's slick.
Yeah, my wife bought it for me for our anniversary. Feels like a million years ago now. Yeah, so I'm obviously a big Planet Express or a big Futurama fan. But it's got the like Fallout kind of motif
Format.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's clean.
I like it a lot. You know, I do notice more people compliment your playmat than they compliment mine.
No, it's not true.
It's definitely not true.
I think we got a pretty even split there.
I will say, however, people think that we're in the middle of a game when they see my playmat a lot of the times, because there's games of Magic on my playmat going on right now.
It's almost like Inception too, because
It's 6 layers deep. I get it every
Yeah.
Father's Day. Everyone have a keepable 7?
Yeah. Oh, we're
Yeah.
keeping 7 with Mulligan. Okay.
Keep 7 no matter what. We're here to have a good time, and mulliganing down to 6 is not a good time.
Yeah, we're here for a good.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We're here for the content, baby.
rock on. You guys ready?
So, how do I pronounce your name? Kavmal?
Yeah, you can say K.
Hey,
It
okay.
is Kafmal, but honestly, I didn't know it was gonna show that username, or else I would have picked something a little bit more friendly.
Oh yeah. So one thing that I've noticed a lot of people do, if you look at Tim's name there, where you can set up your pronouns, and you can just set up your pronouns to be what you want to call it yourself.
Where do you set that up at?
Good question. I don't remember. And I just realized we didn't mention that in our episode about Spell Table, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, that's the one thing we didn't mention.
Configure inputs, maybe? No.
No, that you have to do. I think you have to do that from like the
Okay, in the menu on the left, all the way at the bottom should be some letters that made probably the first 2 letters of your username.
Oh yeah, it says update
Yeah.
profile language.
Yeah, update
Update profile online.
Yep. And right in there,
Yeah.
they have the option for pronouns, and you can put whatever you want in that box. So lots of people like myself put just the easy version of our name.
And since I'm a Twitch streamer, I just put my link up there, and then I can say, hey, you can check out my stream as we play. The only added benefit you get is you get to see a man with a handsome face. But you get to see that now, so you get to see my
Yeah, we're
chat.
on a new shtick.
I know, I need to work on it, man.
Thank you for that. I didn't realize you could do that on this.
Oh yeah. I'm
All right,
I'm
you
ready to
rumble.
I'm ready to make it rain dinosaurs. I don't know about you.
All right.
All right. Let's do this. I'm ready to play artifacts.
All right. I guess I'll just kick us off then.
Hallelujah, it's raining dinosaurs.
We'll draw.
Here's me.
We'll lay down a luxury suite. We'll be untapped because we got two or more opponents. We'll tap that for black, and we'll lay down an indulgent vampire. We'll trigger Edgar. Bring out another vampire.
2 creatures on turn 1.
What?
Insane. We're gonna draw that land.
I'll pass.
And then we're gonna play my waifu land, and then pass the turn.
What's your waifu land?
It's just got a pretty anime lady on it with bigger.
Yeah, but what land is it?
It's a
That's
forest.
what I'm asking. Okay.
It says forest.
That's the relevant game information.
Oh, I'm gonna play a crumbling necropolis. No. I'm gonna play a crumbling necropolis and pass turn.
I'll draw. I will play Sunken Hollow tapped and pass.
All right. Untap. We'll draw. I'm gonna lay a Sacred Foundry in. I'm gonna tap myself for 2. Ba-ba. From there, I will tap a black and a plains. And we will go with a Legion Lieutenant. Trigger Edgar. Get another vampire. All my vampires will have +1/+1 on them. And let's swing out. Indulgent Vampire will swing out and we'll hit the dinos.
Oh no! How much is that?
2/2.
Ouch. I took 2.
Okay. I'll gain 2 since it has lifelink,
Oh my god.
and then I will pass.
That means it's my turn. We're gonna play a Corplosion Forest. And we're gonna take 1 for tapping that for red. And we're gonna play an Odd Tech Huntmaster. Dinosaur spells you cost 1 less to cast, and I can tap it. Target dinosaur gains haste until end of turn. And then I'll pass. I'll take the damage now too. Hey, ice! Robot, do what I tell you. Thank you.
Oh, me?
No, my robot didn't deduct my life total.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna play an Arcane Sanctum. Pass turn.
All right, I'll drop turn.
So
I'm
who would have
gonna-
thought we would have needed a board wipe on turn 2?
Right.
Whoa. Hey.
No, we're fine. We're fine. No,
I don't know. He attacked me
We're all friends
first.
I'm
I was
gonna,
gonna start spreading the love.
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna play a Wooded Foothills, dig out a Temple Garden, have it shock me for a total of 3, and cast Nature's Lore. And if everybody's okay, I'm gonna shortcut and search for those things at the same time.
I like
Okay.
the sounds of
Go
that.
for it.
That's gonna tap me out. I'll end up with 2 more lands in play at the end of it. I'll pass well.
Rock on. I'll
How
untap
much
and
lands do
drop.
you have now?
I just got 1 extra because I natured lore. I just
Yeah, go get a forest.
well, I'm gonna get a complicated forest.
Well, I
One-
know, but that's what Nature's Lord is. Go get a forest.
Yeah, he's just doing them both
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put Swamp in for play. We'll tap black, and a colorless, and we will lay Undying Parisian. I cannot pronounce it that very well. Trigger Edgar.
That's
Another vampire.
Yawgmoth, right? Not Yawgmoth, Yahenni.
Yes, Yahenni. Yeah, he has haste, so whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, I put a 1/1 counter on Yahenni. If I sacrifice another creature, it gains indestructible to end a turn. From there, we're going to swing out. Yahenni will be a 3/3, and we'll swing my Indulgent Vampire. I'll swing a 3/3 at Black Blade, and a 2/2 lifelink over at Tim.
Now,
My
is it,
beautiful face.
now I do have a question, Black Blade. Do you get +1/+1 for each land you control?
Me?
No, yeah, Black Blade. Why not?
No.
That's what your
Because
name
he
is.
hasn't been reforged yet.
Oh, well, no, because there's the Black Blade Legend. He's an Esper guy, and he gets.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's where my name came from. I had to set this up as my screen name for a project back in like 2008.
Ah,
And it's just, I have other internet usernames too, but it's just been a consistent username for me,
See.
Black Blade. Anything magic related. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying now. Okay, I took a sec.
you're picking up what I'm putting down?
All right.
I did. It used to be my commander a long time ago.
So
Is it my turn?
I take 2.
Correct.
All right. I have no blocks, so I'm taking it.
Cool. And then I will gain 2 off lifelink.
And then Black Blade, you take. Oh, you already took your 3.
I already
And-
took 3. I have no
Anything
blocks.
else?
No, I'm going to pass through end step and pass turn.
Yay! He's a cool card.
See, I told you I was going to start spreading the love.
It's
Yeah,
true.
it's fine.
You did say that. All right, so we're gonna pay 2 for our good friend Realm Walker. That's definitely a land dragon. So he is a 2/3. As he enters the battlefield, I'll choose El Dinosaurios. And you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast a spell of the chosen type from the top of your library. So I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to look at the top card.
Mhm.
And then,
Is it a
Ju-
2 casting cost dinosaur?
just to be safe, I'm going to do it again. And then I'll pass the turn.
It is not.
Turns out it's not.
What we can say for sure is that it is not a 2 casting cost.
That specifically cost is white.
Specifically cost white. Yeah.
I'm going to play a Great Furnace. 3, I'll play Audacious Reshapers.
Oh yeah.
What's that one?
Yeah. I can sack an artifact. I reveal cards from the top of my library until I reveal an artifact card. I put it onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom in a random order. And that deals damage to me equal to the number of cards revealed this way.
Oh, that's right. You have that in Saheeli, don't you? That was actually one of your talking points in your our Saheeli episode of our
Is it a creature or
podcast.
an artifact?
It's a creature.
It's a creature. Okay.
It's a creature. But it works great with artifacts. It came in the precon. One of the precons.
Do you love the subtle, like, oh, our episode of the podcast that had that, like, how subtly I'm just dropping, like,
Yes.
Hey.
I will play Polluted Delta. I'm gonna tap these 3 lands for Chromatic Lantern.
nice.
Ooh.
Then I will tap the Polluted Delta for mana.
I knew it.
And the Lantern, and I will play Scholar of New Horizons. This is a ramp card.
Enters the battlefield. +1 counter on it. Remove a counter from a permanent you control. Search your library for a plains card. Oh, that's so cool!
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like the best card in this deck. That's it. Pass.
I was about to say, how many plains do you have in the deck that aren't just plains?
There's 2 of each basic. So how many do I have that aren't?
Yeah, so like
there's
shocklands and
probably-
triomes and stuff.
Well, I didn't do the full set of shocks. I did enemy colored shocks, friendly colored slow lands like Sunken Hollow.
Uh-huh.
So I don't kill the shit out of myself. And then I think I have 8 of the triomes in it.
Oh, okay.
So
So you have decent amount of white
yeah, there's
or plains, I should say.
Right, yeah.
I'll throw a Path of Ancestry and tapped. I'm gonna tap 3 of black, and then a colorless, and we'll throw down Vampire Nighthawk.
He's a classic.
Classic.
Get another vamp. We're gonna go out to swings, and we'll swing.
I have a 1/2 and a 2/3.
One,
I got a
two,
3/3.
and a 2.
And don't worry, I can give it haste. And I'm gonna look at the top card of my library because I'm allowed.
Do it. Let's see. What do I want to go in for? You have a 3/3. We have a 2/2. Okay, I'll send another. Tim, what do you? Oh no, Tim. What are these dinos? This is a 1/2 and then a 2/2.
2/3.
2/3.
Yes, sir.
Oh dang, that guy's chunky.
I like them thick. I like them chunky.
All right, I'll swing 3. I'll swing Yahenni
Uh-huh.
at my dino buddy up top, and then I will swing a 2/2 lifelinker at Tim.
I think I'll just take 3. Because when creatures die, he gets bigger. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, we're just gonna take the 3.
I also no block, so I will take 2.
Cool. From there, I will gain 2 life with lifelink.
So we found out the problem, right?
These are all just little babies, okay?
Well,
Little babies.
For now, until they grow up to be like them chonky boys.
This is coming from somebody running dinosaurs.
Hey,
No,
I never
will
once
move
said
your
that they were
instead.
babies. Nope, I said I got big chonky boys.
Oh, I'm sorry. The other dinosaur player, the one I usually play with locally, runs an egg deck to get at the dinosaurs.
See, I did that and then I broke it and then I never did it again.
Yeah,
I knew what that card was. That was incredible.
Wow.
I knew
How
what that.
did you know?
It's like magic.
Hey, that's the name of the game.
It's like we planned it that way or something. My hand is really expensive. And top
Money wise or mana wise?
mana wise. My current average mana cost, not including lands, is, hold on, $9.
Holy
That is
crap.
really expensive. I thought mine was expensive.
Sorry,
as well.
$7. My math good.
You do. Everyone says so.
It's true. I heard that. I heard stories. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play this forest where Superman's trying to beat up Batman, but getting stopped by Green Lantern.
All
I
right.
remember that one.
Yeah, that was a good episode. We'll use these 2 mana to main phase cycle Sheltered Thicket to draw the card that I know what it is. And then I'm going to look at the top card. Motherfucker!
It's a good card. It's a really good card.
Clearly.
Kino.
I'm not going to go swingy boys at you people, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn and cry over here in self-pity. Remember that 7-land hand? I think I found it.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, decisions are hard. Did you know that?
I did, but I don't have decisions to make, so
I'm gonna play an exotic orchard. Which one do I want to play?
that currently taps for everything that's everything.
Yeah, everything. Go.
Yep.
Screw it. If it comes back to bite me, it comes back to bite me. I'm gonna play a sad robot.
That no, I don't think the sad robot will bite you. I think the vampires will.
Sad robot effects. Get a basic.
Come on, what about the dinos though? Okay.
Uh,
Dinos got big
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah, yeah.
They can bite.
They can. I just don't have. I have honorary mention. That's a dinosaur who has a fucking antlers and a cool stick. Doesn't really look like a dino.
I am gonna go get a swamp.
Hey, I mean,
I'm gonna- In response, I'm gonna look at the top card.
Seven?
It didn't change. God damn it.
All right.
Stop it.
For a guy who does magic tricks, the top card's not changing. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna sack sad robot to audacious reshapers. Depth trigger, draw a card. And then 1, 2, ouch. 3. I'll play a nil spell bomb.
And that goes to your hand, right?
No, it comes into play.
Oh, that's so good.
What does that do?
Okay, random order. And then I take 3 damage. And that is going to be my turn.
By chance, what does that card do that you threw in there? What is it? What is its name? What's the name of the card you just played?
Nile Spellbomb?
Nil spell bomb.
Seriously, why does my fucking go weird?
I'm gonna draw my card for turn. That's a card. Alright, I'm gonna play Bloodstained Mire, and we are going to
Oh,
tap 5 for. I'm gonna tell my first story. This is about the birth of the Imperium. And the first part of this is I created 2/2 white Astartes warrior creature with vigilant for each opponent that I have. There seem to be 3 of you.
I'm definitely not your opponent, Tim. You and I are
Your
nothing
friends
but.
and opponents.
See, you're probably right on that.
Yeah. And that's on 1. That's it for me,
Ah!
pass.
All right. We'll untap. And we'll draw. We will throw down and Mr. Swamp for the land. Actually, let's tap it. We'll tap 4. Keep me one up. And we will throw Door of Destinies down.
Oh, good God!
There's no counters on it yet.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's harmless for right now.
So choosing ape, I guess. Maybe.
Heck no, we're choosing
Fucking
vampire.
Dinosaurs!
Hell no. All right, from here we're gonna go to swings. You know I love my life, especially getting some back. Keep 2 up. I will send a 3/4 flyer at my dino brother.
Really?
He is a flying death touch. I will send 4 2/2s to Black Blade. And then I will send an Indulgent Vampire who is a... Oh, shoot. No, I'm sorry. Black Blade, you're not taking 4 yet. Take those
Okay.
back. Sorry. I was going to send a... Shoot. A 2/2 Indulgent Vampire at you. And then I'll send my 4 2/2s at Tim.
So I'm just taking 2, right?
Correct. You're just going to take 2.
All right.
Actually, I'll let Zombie go first. You don't have any blocks, right?
No,
Any
no,
effects?
no blocks, no effects.
I'm gonna put one warrior in front of 3 of those vampires.
1 warrior in
Yeah.
front.
Yeah, they're 2/2s as well. So I'll put
Okay.
I'll block 3 of them,
Cool.
and we'll
So
trade.
that will trigger Yoheni. So whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, I put a 1/1 counter on it. So you lost 3, correct?
That's right.
So I will throw
Oh,
3 triggers
you should
on
have.
it.
Hey,
Don't throw
you
away.
should have another one counter on Yohani.
Because his sad robot died.
Oh,
I
shoot.
sack sad robot.
Thank you.
No problem.
So you'll
I
go
was-
4.
Yep, I'll still take 2.
Cool. And then I will get life gain of 2 as well.
Also from the Vampire Nighthawk. Doesn't he have lifelink?
Yes, he
Yeah.
does. So I will gain actually 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from there,
He's gonna play an Aetherflux Reservoir and nuke somebody.
I wish that'd be sick. I don't have that card though. From there, I'm gonna move through end phase and pass.
Does my board look a little bit better now?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, like it was bothering me. It felt really dark and it's not a land. But this is a land. Oh my good fucking Christ.
Whoa.
You're getting mana screwed, or you're just getting like,
Oh, I'm flooded. I got another land on top. I got
oh darn man. That's no bueno.
and I can't cast a spell for 2 more turns if I we're not gonna play this mountain. We're gonna play this Horizon Canopy. And we're gonna crack it. Draw a card. And then we're gonna look. Oh baby, oh baby. Get ready for it. It's a dino egg.
Everybody do the dinosaur.
Get your arms T Rexon.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna look at the top card. It's another land. I'm so happy to be alive right now. I will pass the turn. I mean, I could give it haste and attack with it. It would take 0.
I'll take 0.
Oh, is its toughness? Oh, that's pretty sweet. I feel like this game has been quite rough on me.
I am gonna play a Thran Dynamo,
I have that in
And I
this
will-
deck.
and I will pass turn.
On your end step, I'm going to tap Scholar of the New Horizons and remove the counter from Birth of the Empyrean. And I'm going to search my library for planes.
That's some nice synergy. I wouldn't have thought of that. Nice.
You know, I've decided, Tim, your new name should be Synergy Clause, like Synergy Clause. Like you
Okay,
just
okay.
like you come around, spread joy and synergy to all across the land.
Yeah. I'll draw my card. This will get a new counter, and I'll get 3 new Astartes warriors.
At least there are start days instead of end days.
Yeah, it's a good ass start to the day. I'm gonna play that Triumph in tapped.
Oh, he puts the land into your hand, not into play.
So it looks to see if anybody has more lands than me, and I'm pretty confident no one does. So if it puts it in my hand, unless somebody has less lands than me, and then I can put it.
Bird.
But I'm already ramped further than everybody else at this point, at least in lands.
Yeah, that would appear to be the case. I'm gonna look at the top card of my library in response.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay 1 and play Bird of Paradise, and then I will pay 5 more.
When did they update? Have a card that has birds that has the old art on it with the new border.
That's Dominaria
Dominaria
Remastered. Yep.
Oh, that's pretty
So our
cool.
second story is In the Darkness Find Them.
Oh god, things are getting evil over here.
Yeah, so I'm going to make a 3/3 Wraith with Menace, and the ring is going to tempt me.
Holy smokes.
We're gonna actually give it to the Wraith.
So the first one is Skulk, right? Essentially.
Yes, the first one is when you're. Yes, the first one is your ring bearer is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. With greater power, yeah. So it's the match or be less. So yeah, that's Skulk. That's it for me, pass.
Why couldn't they just said Skulk?
It might be worded technically different.
And Skulk was a very I mean, the word Skulk doesn't fit with really what's happening with the ring, so I guess I could see
Yeah.
that too.
It's not evergreen, so
Feels like every mechanic can be evergreen now.
but some aren't. I mean, they just sometimes there's a couple
Yeah, I
that
know
are
that. I
like,
know. I'm just saying.
there's a couple that are the same that that are the same thing, but just use a different name to call it. I mean, the next set basically has morph in it. It's so
Really?
it's so close. It's just so slightly different enough that they gave it a different name.
And it has ward too.
Right.
I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna lay down a Metal Mimic. That will trigger Door of Destiny, because I'm gonna call it as a vampire since it's a changeling or shapeshifter. Then we will get a vampire summoning sickness. Then I will tap another 3 black and a colorless. I will lay down captivating vampire.
I fucking
getting
hate that
another
card.
+2, getting another counter.
Very cool.
And then I will get another vampire. I won't use its stealing ability right now.
Right now.
These are both anthems as well. So each
Uh-huh.
creature. So there's currently an anthem of a +3. Then we're also getting an anthem right here of a +2. So
Wait.
plus.
Oh, +5.
Yep. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is getting pushed out to all other vamps right now, excluding the ones that are doing it.
Yeah.
Well, Metallic Mimic puts a counter when they enter the battlefield, not an anthem.
Oh, I see.
So only captivating vampire.
And
Yeah.
the one token, yeah.
So it would be all of these, except for one of these. I'm just gonna flip one down.
No. It's only when they
No?
enter. It's when they enter is when they get the counter. They enter
Oh,
with an
shoot.
additional counter. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So it's only captivating vampire and the additional vampire then that got it then.
Yeah. that's-
Right. Not even the one that came in because of it, because it's a
Yeah.
cast trigger.
So it'd be like these two that came in after would have them.
Well, so it would only be one of your tokens because
Token.
Edgar
Captivate.
is a cast trigger. So Metallic Mimic wouldn't be on the battlefield to give it the counter.
Yeah.
So just your one token and captivating vampire.
I'm just gonna move two right up here. One of them's coming, the other one doesn't. I'll throw it right there.
Oh.
I'm not gonna swing any of these either, so you'll be fine on that front. Okay, so then they're only getting an anthem of 1, 2. They're only getting an anthem of 4 then.
Only 4. Oh my gosh.
Only.
Hey, it's not that much.
I mean, your vampires are chunkier than my dinosaur.
But you don't even have a. Oh, I guess you haven't died.
I have
egg.
2. Thank you.
I'll swing a. What is that? A 10-10 at Tim, and then I will swing a. What is this? +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll swing a 5-5 at Black Blade, and then I will swing a 6-6 flying lifelink death touch in the air at my dragon brother, or my
land dragon.
Oh, block 5/5 with the reshaper,
Okay.
and I'll use
Yep.
the reshaper's ability, a sack to spell bomb, and I'll pay a black to draw a card.
No worries. So this will die. I'll still gain life off of that though. That hit. So 4.
Wait, well, why is
Wait,
your
why'd
creature
you die?
dying?
His is a 5/5.
Mine's only. Oh, who?
Blackblade, didn't you say yours is a 5/5?
No, mine's a 3/3.
Oh, this is a.
Yeah, I said I'm blocking your 5.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. I got to use her ability though. I activated after block, so 2. I lose 2 life. I got a Chief of the Foundry.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that didn't even hit then, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the
Yeah, it's not
6.
hitting it, but you still gain the 5 life. No, wait, yeah, no, you hit. This isn't an artifact creature, so I couldn't sack it.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my dragon brother, what are you gonna do?
I'm
Yeah,
taking it
it's
and
in the air.
liking it
All right, I'll gain
because
another-
it turns out this egg doesn't have reach.
What the heck?
I
They don't
know,
make
right?
bouncing eggs.
I don't fucking get it. Don't eggs go in trees? And trees are tall, so they can stop flyers.
Seriously.
Logically
You need-
speaking.
you need stone throwing giant in there so we can throw the eggs.
And then
I'm
Tim.
gonna block you, Henny, with the Astartes warrior.
Okay. So we saw 2 creatures die, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeheni will get 2 more counters. From there, I will pass.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. Look at the top card. It's a dinosaur that I still can't cast.
Oh,
It's a good
I'm
one.
not
though.
laughing to be mean.
It's a good one. Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
If I attack you with a 0/3, can you block it and kill it?
Yes.
I will attack you with a 0/3.
I'll block it with the Wraith.
Yay. I'm going to discover 3. So you ready to see what the dino was? Shabam.
What?
Holy smokes.
It's a comma.
Elemental Bond still doesn't help me. Fucking Christ, man. I mean, I'm gonna play it because it doesn't do anything bad, but
Mm-hmm.
These things happen.
oh my god. What have I done to the Magic the Gathering gods? I must have done something. Okay.
Board wipe. Blasphemous act.
If only. I'm debating whether I do more. Like, I can
Do it.
get.
No reason for you not to.
Well, the problem is it removes.
There's one reason for you not to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and end my turn.
Okay. My turn. Your two lords, how big are they?
One of them is going to be a 2, 3. It'll be a 5/5. My other
Okay.
lord will be a 5/5 as well. Actually, no. He'll be a 6/6.
All right, that's fine. I am gonna pay 4 into X and play Terracer's Devastation.
What's that do?
I will make 4 Power Stone tokens, and then all creatures and lose 4 life. Forgot that's the most important part. And then each creature in play will get -X, -X, where X is equal number of artifacts I control, and that will be 7.
So I do have a response.
Okay.
Do I have a response? Like, I'm
I actually do too. If that.
You're first. You're
So,
first. You're first.
Yeah, yeah. So I will activate Scholar and again remove the counter from Birth of the Empyrean.
Yeah, I figured you would.
I mean, just because my Scholar's I was going to do that anyway, actually.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I'm debating.
Tab, you got.
I have no responses at this time. I'll pass priority.
I am debating freaking path to exiling one of my own creatures to change the top card of my library and ramping myself 1. Would that be weird?
I mean, it's a choice.
I
You're gonna lose-
would,
You're going to lose your creatures anyway. If you hate the card that's on top of your library.
Well, it's just another land. I already have 4 lands in my hand.
It is a one mana ramp spell at this point. I don't think that's weird. It's definitely the marginal cost there is that you don't get to use that as a removal spell later.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting rid of the important stuff.
Maybe you can be patient.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna be patient, I think. So I have no responses.
How many
Okay.
creatures are gonna die then off this turn?
I lose 1.
I had 2.
3, and then Tim on your side.
5.
5. So
Oh.
that's 8 counters.
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing I didn't have to exile my own creature. Because that Yahenni's kind of Mondo big. Now question, he wasn't 8 before the creatures would have died, right? Because he wouldn't have got those counters if he was 8 power or less.
7.
7.
I only
7.
had 7. Yeah, he was just strong enough to survive.
Yeah, Yahenni was still over. Yahenni was
Okay, that's all that matters. Like, yeah, I wasn't sure how
But, you
big
know,
he was.
10-10.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure how big he was, so.
And Kavmal, I'm gonna Bajuka Bog you.
Oh, I love it.
You're the only person I think that might have recursion.
I have this much recursion.
Okay.
Same.
By this much, I have 1 card that recurs things.
Dang, you got more than I do.
Your turn, man. I think that was a productive turn for me.
I think it was a good one. I mean, you saved all our lives.
You can thank me later.
By smashing a Gishath in your face? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny way of saying thank you. Okay. Chapter 2 of In the Darkness Find Them. Another Wraith shows up and does the ring thing again, and I'm going to put it on the Wraith. And then I get 3 more Astartes Warriors again.
So this one is when he attacks, you draw a card and discard a card?
That's right. When it attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. Yep.
Look at that game knowledge, baby. Don't ask me what the next one is because I have no idea.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not a number I was hoping for. I'm going to play Steam Vents, and I am going to play it untapped, so I'll take 2. And we're going to tap this Chromatic Lantern for the latest Soul Ring ever.
Whoa.
I would not be upset with the Soul Ring right now, but I know
Yeah,
I'm not drawing it this turn.
3. Then I will play 5, and I'm going to tell my third story, which is the cruelty of Gix. And the
What's that one
cruelty.
again?
So it also has read ahead, so I'm going to go right to chapter 2 because I don't like pulling cards out of people's hands. So I'm going to go to chapter 2, which is search your library for a card, put it into your hand, and lose 3 life. So I am going to look
Oh,
for
it's a
something
Grim
that
Tutor. That's pretty cool.
It is, and I am probably going to cast it. I just want to see what my options are, so please bear with me. I think I know what I'm going to get.
The 2 dinosaurs in my hands are really cool. In 3 more turns when I get to cast them.
Yeah, that's right. Those turns are going to be great.
But look,
Watch. You're going to pull Cultivate right off the top.
I will get there.
Oh my god, there's so many.
And I know it's not a cultivated. It's in fact an exotic orchard. But I do have a Myriad Landscape.
I'm going to get that card. I will shuffle here in a moment, but I'm going to cast it so we can keep moving. I'm going to cast Narcy, Fable Singer. It's a 3/3 lifelink. Whenever I sacrifice an enchantment, I draw a card. Whenever the final chapter of a saga I control resolves, each opponent loses X life and I gain X life, or it's the saga's mana value.
That's a good one.
I'm going to shuffle and pass turn.
Cool. We will untap and draw. I will lay down a Tainted Field. We will be tapping 6.
Guess who?
And Edgar. Trigger Door of Destiny.
You know, he doesn't give himself a vampire, which is kind of disappointing.
No, he does not. But he does have First Strike Haste, and whenever he attacks, he throws a 1/1 counter on all vampires.
Oh, he's absolutely terrifying. I didn't say that.
I've never seen him in play. I'm very impressed.
That's true. A lot of the times you don't see him in play.
He's not so bad. He's not so bad. Oh my god.
He's pretty gnarly. We'll swing Edgar, who is going to be a 7/7 First Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, who do I want to hit with this? Who has most life? Tim, you're getting that pirate. You're getting there. I'll swing a. Oh, gee, no, it's not even gonna hit you, is it?
No, I have lots of blockers unless you have evasion.
No, I don't. And do you have enough to kill it? You do, if you wanted to.
With not against first strike, I don't think. I honestly had I have 2 3/3s and 3 2/2s, so I don't think I could kill it. I'd have to put literally everything in front of it, and you would kill half of my board in a way. So
Yeah.
it's just getting chumped if it comes at me.
Shoot, you got 3. I don't want to lose Edgar yet. Black Blade, 7/7.
I got to take it. I'm open.
Cool.
Let me do
Counter.
the math.
And then
That's
Actually, no.
that's a light. I thought that was just it was really sunny outside where you were. I was like, Blackblade, where are you
No,
from? That it's hella sunny.
Fluorescent lamp,
He's
and
just
it's
got
the only lamp I have in the living room.
He's just
Actually,
got a pile
I'm
of
sorry,
human
that's actually going to
souls
be an
behind
8 coming
him.
at you. Because whenever it attacks, it puts a 1/1 count on each vampire you control, including itself.
Okay, so one more.
He has a being of pure light, an angel tied up behind him in his room.
Impressive.
From there, I will pass.
All
I
right,
will
so
say first,
we're gonna play this exotic
it will
literature.
illuminate the entire room.
We're gonna crack this myriad landscape here because I literally can't do anything else this turn, and we'll get I guess green. Get that forest and come on forest. Oh, there's tons of
Wait,
forest.
you have 4 power stones?
Yep.
I do.
Oh, smokes.
And a Thran Dynamo. Like, this man has, like, all of the mana.
I have all the mana. I'm gonna do something real crazy next turn. I
Yeah.
just don't know what's real crazy I'm gonna do.
I'm not going to do anything crazy for another 6 turns or so, at least.
Don't worry, you'll be doing something crazy in our hearts.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's... Oh, actually, I will do something crazy next turn if I'm still alive. I'll pass the turn.
You gotta believe.
Do you believe in life after love?
I don't believe in life after magic.
Do you believe in life after love?
Alright, so I'm gonna pay 5. I'm gonna play Mirrorworks.
That's the one that makes copies of artifacts by paying 2, right?
When a non-token artifact comes into play, yeah. And what I drew changes what I want to do.
Damn it. Drawing cards.
Not enough mana to do the big one.
Ooh.
Screw it. I'm gonna pay 5 and then 2. I'm gonna play a Bronze Guardian and then copy it.
Which one's Bronze Guardian?
He's an X5 white artifact creature. He has double strike and ward 2. Other artifacts I control have ward 2, and his power is equal number of artifacts I control.
Yeesh.
He's a big boy.
He hits hard, that's for sure.
What is he then?
I'm doing the math now. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's they're both 9/5s with double strike.
With
And
double
all my
strike?
artifacts now have ward. All my artifacts now have ward 2 twice.
Yep.
Pass turn.
Jeez. Oh, there's some chunky dudes.
This is battle magic if I've ever
Dude,
seen it.
I swear to God, I brought a fucking BB gun to a fucking nuclear warfare.
No, that dinosaur deck could do some
Oh,
pretty
it's
over the
just
top stuff.
I've been drawing absolute dog water.
All right, I'm gonna draw my card for turn, and then I'm gonna take up all these guys. I'm gonna make another wraith.
And the ring tempts you once more.
And the ring tempts me again.
The Temptations.
So what's the third one do?
The third one, just look it up. Gosh.
Oh, you're right. I can.
The third one is whenever your ring bearer becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller sacrifices it at the end of combat. We're finally reading chapter 2 of Birth of the Imperium, which is each opponent sacrifices a creature.
Thank God. I'll sack this one.
I guess I gotta sack a guardian. I'll sack it too.
Ooh, I have an idea for you. All right, Kay, you ready? Sacrifice Edgar to give Yahenni indestructible in response, so you have to sacrifice them both.
No way.
Oh, and he gets a 1/1 counter from me.
I'm gonna sack Edgar. Okay. Yanni will get another 1/1 counter.
Cruelty of Gix is going to go to chapter 3, which is going to reanimate a creature from a graveyard. I think I'm just going to hit my own unless there's something really crazy.
You can give a dinosaur. You can cast your dinosaur spells for 1 less, and give target
Tempting.
dinosaur haste until end of turn.
Tempting.
I have
would
I have
say I
sad
got
robot.
ramps, but they're all exiled.
That's right. You have sad robot. I'm just gonna get Scholar back.
All right, that's probably the best choice.
Yeah.
Crikey.
So when that gets sacrificed, there's 2 triggers from Narcy. I'm gonna draw a card, and all of you are gonna lose 5 life each.
Wow.
Whew.
And I'm gonna gain 5.
Bro, stop that.
Oh yeah, it's about to get a little nutty, I think.
It's getting violent over here.
It really is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here comes our friend Tom Bombadil to tell us some stories.
Turns out he talks too much.
He talks too much. Shut up, Tom Bombadil.
Okay,
Um,
I'm not trying to be rude. That's the name of the deck on Moxfield.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Tom
make that
Bombadil.
perfectly clear.
Yeah, Tom Bombadil talks too much. Okay. Where are we at? You have a giant double striking thing. You have no creatures at all. You have Yehenny.
I'm sad. I don't know what my next card is. And I can't look at it.
I am also I'm gonna do this now before combat just to kind of get everything out of the way so my turn will be over once I'm done attacking. I'm gonna cast War of the Last Alliance. The first chapter is search my library for a legendary creature card, reveal it and put it into my hand. Oh boy, what do I got?
Tom Bombadil's doing some work over there.
It was really actually the Birth of the Imperium and Scholar of New Horizons that kept me in this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying it like it's doing some good work over there.
Oh, come on. Sorry, I know what I'm looking for. I just... missed it at my first go through, I guess. There it is. I'm gonna get a Nykthia, Hand of Erebos.
That's
just go-
exactly what I thought you were gonna get to.
Yeah, that's gonna go in my hand.
Ooh.
And then I'm gonna move to combat. I am going to attack. I'm gonna attack K with my Ringbearer Wraith. And is it worth it to attack you with the warriors and let you kill one of them with your Henny? He's really high up there in life.
He is very high up there in life.
Yeah, I am going to. I'm gonna attack you with all 3 vigilant warriors. They're just 2/2s, and then a 3/3 menace wraith.
Okay. So your Menace Wraith will hit. I'll kill one of your 2/2 warriors.
Yep.
And then I will take 4 and 3, so 7.
That's right. That's right. So on attack, I'm going to draw a card and discard a card. Going to discard this land.
Your Henny will go up 1 as well.
Yep. And that's it for me. Pass.
Cuckoo. We will untap.
Oh, Vampires only has 1 card in hand, huh?
Yeah. Well, there's
2. You just drew 1, yeah.
yeah. From here. Oh dang. I'm just gonna pass. I'll keep
Okay.
everything up.
Legit.
At your ends. Oh wait, your creature's only ward. Oh wait, no. Okay, so we're gonna path to exile Yehenny.
Oh, Why?
Because I want to swing at Gishath with somebody, and you have the highest life total, and I just want to make it rain dinosaurs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get exiled.
You gotta land.
All right.
I'm getting you one step closer to casting Edgar again.
I don't really care about Edgar at this point.
I was just,
That's fine. That's
I'm trying
fine.
just trying to help you out here.
Hey, that,
you know?
that's magic.
All right. Weird. It's not a land. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, just so I don't have to lose a life, we'll play a mountain instead. Gishath Sun's Avatar. Any responses?
Nope.
I'm gonna draw a card. Hey, it's a land. Who would have thought? I'm gonna go to combat and hey, we're gonna swing a 7/6 Vigilante El Dinosaurio at you.
I got nothing to do but take 7.
Yeah, that's right. 7 commander damage. All right. So after damage is dealt, we're gonna go ahead and reveal the top 7 cards. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 2 dinosaurs out of the deal. I'm gonna draw a lot of cards right now. Okay, so they're both bigger than 3.
Oh, it's the Dreadmaw.
yeah. So they are both over 3. So I'm gonna draw 2 cards for them entering. So 1, 2. And then when this enters, I'm gonna draw 3 more cards because I have 3 El Dinosaurios. 1, 2, 3. All
Very
right.
Cool.
We are officially back in business, people.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right, now close
then-
this game out. One sweep it off.
Now, I will say lethal damage dealt to creatures you control is determined by the power rather than their toughness.
Hmm.
Okay? Okay?
Okay.
It's
Brought Godzilla to a magic fight.
damn straight I did. He's a dinosaur, damn it.
What
My
is that
turn
guy
yet?
by chance?
Yes.
On the far right.
Awesome.
This is Godzilla, King of Monsters. He's a
Where's
s-
Xylortha?
Oh, right. They actually never printed a Xylortha, did they?
Yes,
They did very recently.
Oh. Because it said it. Oh, it was in the last, like...
No, it was in the set it came out in. It was in.
No, it wasn't. The
I'm-
King of Monsters didn't get a print in Ikoria.
I thought it was
It a box
recently,
cover.
right?
Yeah, I think it was either an Aftermath or the Phyrexian set.
And then
before that.
Earthshaker Dreadmaw, when he enters the battlefield, draw cards equal to the other dinosaur. Oh, I would have drawn one less card. I'm sorry.
That's cool.
No worries, no worries.
Such a huge
Things
cheater.
happen.
And then I had to discard a hand size. I have to discard 3 cards. I want you. I want you. Sure. Sure. Sure, sure.
Commander Masters.
Sure. I'll discard 3 lands.
Cool. My turn.
Yes, sir.
I am gonna play Traxos to Scourge a Kruge.
That's
I will
the
not make a
7/7, right?
Yeah, enters the battlefield tapped and doesn't untap. I will pay 7. I will play a Mirror Battlesphere, and I will pay 2 to copy it, and I will get 8 Mirror tokens. And that will also untap Traxos.
You know what card I'm missing right now? The tap to give a dinosaur haste right now.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Or the Rhythm of the Wilds that I just put on the bottom of my library.
How much life am I losing next turn? Bilbo or Tom Bombadil?
When 10 as it sits right now.
Hot damn.
I had 2 sagas that are gonna expire on my first main.
Who would have thought not running Life Gain would come bite me in the ass? I'm gonna pass. Go ahead, man. I need the blockers.
Okay, I'm gonna draw my card. Scholar have. I'm gonna draw my card, and then we will go through and trigger all of these. So the In the Darkness Bind Them is going to expire, and for each opponent, I'm going to gain control for up to 1 target creature that player controls, and until end of turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take the double striker, and I'm gonna take, I guess,
Does it?
Gishath. Is it Gishath has the highest power?
These two are tied. So yeah.
Yeah.
Does that target?
It does.
Hey, dog.
So then, his
Yeah.
beefy creature has Ward 2.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for him to announce targets.
Yeah, I'll pay it.
I figured you would. I would. How many artifacts do you control?
Oh, that's a good question. None, I think. 2.
2. Okay, so you have a 2/5 double striker.
Hell yeah.
Damn straight you do.
Hey, that's better than nothing.
And then
You're gonna solo your token.
Birth of the Imperium is going to expire. And I'm going to draw 2 cards for each opponent who controls fewer creatures than me, which I think is everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, if fewer creatures than you?
That's right. Oh, you have more.
I was gonna say I probably have more. I have even after stealing the thing, I have 11 creatures.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. So that I'm going to draw 4 cards from that.
Then we lose 10, right?
And then everybody loses 10, and I gain 10.
Whew.
And I'm actually going to draw 2 more cards from Narcy as well. But I'm going to trigger War of the Last Alliance and search for my next legendary card before I draw. I'm going to get Barbara Wright. And then once I'm done shuffling, I'm going to draw 6. Wish I had more mana. And then when the I get a Tom Bombadil trigger as well, which is going to reveal cards until I hit a saga and put it into play. Heaven sent. Investigate. Now I have another artifact.
I understand what episode that's from, I think now. That's the one where he's like locked in that thing for a billion years or whatever.
Maybe. I mean, there's the whole first season is all about Missy like making a fake fucking afterlife.
Oh, that too. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just got to where he's blind now. And Missy's in the vault. That's where we're at.
Do you almost have lethal on board right now?
I don't know.
He's close, yeah.
So I unfortunately don't have as much mana as I would like. These should not be tapped, right?
Yay, Ward.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
shouldn't be tapped.
Those shouldn't be tapped. So I could have paid it with the Soul Ring. I don't think it's going to make a difference. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I get to play a land for turn, so that's 9. What can I do? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, Okay. I am going to. I'm gonna move to combat
Mm-hmm.
and swing out at K.
Yep. How much damage on board?
3, 6, 10, 13, 15, 19, plus 7 is 26. 1, 2, 3 twice is 6 more, 32.
I am dead.
It's a pleasure, man.
Yep.
Tim, you have a trigger. You get to reveal the top 7 cards of your library and put any dinosaurs into play.
Is it a May?
Deals that deals combat damage to a player. Reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards. Yeah, it's not a May.
Fine, I'll show you what my top 7 cards are.
Maybe there's a dinosaur.
There's not. There is ironically a dinosaur card that could go in this deck at some point.
Displaced
That one-
dinosaur.
Displaced dinosaurs could go in here. Turn all the sagas into 7/7s.
That seems pretty solid.
Okay, so I think I can win, unless somebody can interact with them about.
Oh wait, because you can read ahead, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna play Barbara Wright.
What's that?
So Barbara Wright is a 1/3. Her ability is sagas I control have read ahead, which allows me to, pick the.
Yeah, I know what read ahead is. Okay.
Yeah, to pick the thing. So
You just pick the last chapter.
right. I will do. I don't know that I can kill zombie. I'm gonna play Azusa's Many Journeys and do the last part of it. Oh yeah, and just go all the way to 3. So you'll both take 2.
No, that kills me.
And I'll draw a card. That's
Oh,
just 2.
you're at
3,
1.
right?
Wait, why is it only 2?
Because that's how much the creature costs,
Mana value.
or the saga costs.
Yeah, mana value of the saga. Narsi does the mana value of the saga.
Well, isn't there the one where? Oh, I guess they don't go to the graveyard. The flip ones.
Yeah, but
It's when you sacrifice.
did you? Oh, you didn't play that other creature. Never mind. Oh, that's right. When it enters, right?
Right. Yeah. So when Onyxia enters, I'm going to exile up to 1 target non-aura enchantment from my graveyard, and it comes into play as what it is, and also, so I will do. I don't really know. Birth of the Imperium to draw a bunch more cards. Yeah, I'll do Birth of the Imperium. I'll skip right to number 3. The same thing will happen, but everybody will take 5 this time. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. I'm gonna draw 2 cards since I have more creatures than zombie.
I had March of Progress. I was gonna March of Progress all my guys.
Oh, jeez. And that is my turn.
I got my dino back.
You get your dino back.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. We already know what it is. I'll play my Canopy Vista. Oh, you're 9. Damn. Yeah, how many untapped creatures do you have?
5.
We're gonna pay 9 to play Apex Altasaur. And we'll fight your smallest to biggest creatures.
Starting with the untapped ones?
Yes, the untapped ones. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so 1/3. 2/2.
So
we're
that's
up to
3.
we're up to
Yep.
3. Yeah.
Yep.
The other 2/2. So we're up to 5. 3,
6, 7, 8.
and then 4.
All right. How big is the one that's killing me aggressively? One that loses life instead of the
Narcy is a 3/3.
okay.
Your creature's dead now.
Well, I was thinking instead of doing the 4/4, killing that. Yeah, instead of killing the 4/4, I'll kill the one that drains me.
I'll gain 3.
Yep. And then you're dead. Super dead. I get to draw a card off of that. Sorry. I'm entering as well. And then we're just gonna go ahead and go hog wild and swing 20 at you.
Get Shaft just triggers on itself.
Correct. It's just the 7 damage, yeah.
Yeah, no block. 20. How much? 20 you said?
20, yeah.
No.
And then I'm gonna make it rain.
Wait. Is it more than that? No,
7,
you're
6, and 7, yeah.
Dino rain.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that sucks. I think I'm dead, but here's 2 more creatures. Oh wait, that's a bear. There's only 1 more creature. Yeah, you win. You have creatures.
Da, 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 da.
Hey, at least I got the rain a little bit. I'm fucking sick of all this snow. God damn.
Me too. That's why I'm on spell table today.
I like to believe is you heard the world famous Zombie Apocalypse was playing tonight, so you wanted to try to sneak a game with him. Because you know I'm a podcast host and a world famous YouTuber.
Ooh,
Of
world
course.
famous.
I get Russian bots to say I like that in my comments.
Nice.
Close enough.
Are you guys open to playing another one, or are you guys dipping out for the night?
We're actually gonna. Oh, see, look, as I mentioned, a Russian bot saying they like my shit.
Jeez.
But anyway, no, we're actually going to be working on our next episode of the podcast. If you're still interested, Tim.
Yeah.
Right.
Big-
So you guys are. This.
Yeah,
there's
no-
more.
Yeah, no more games.
No
for
more
us.
games.
All right. You all have a good night. It was a
Yeah,
pleasure.
GG's.
If you
Yeah.
liked playing with us, always look for Rule 0. Let's have fun. That's what I always name my lobbies.
I
And
will do that.
we play fun games. That's what we do.
Rock on. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
Take care now.
All right, Tim, do we stream us working on the podcast or do I just end my stream?
I'm okay with that if you would like to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. All right. So I guess I can go. I am gonna give you a call over here on Discord here.
Yeah, well.
All right. This open anymore. Don't need this open anymore. Close, close, close. Open. The Discord. Where's my Discord button? Here's Discord. Hiding at the bottom. On robot. Are you the one that typed in Russian lettering that I can't get translated because the app's dumb? Yellow.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
1 month.
All right. Would you be okay with putting your face up?
Oh yeah, I'm not set up to, but I can. Just give me a second.
Yeah, yeah. I think the people would love to see your. Yeah, how the fuck pop it? There we go. Look at that. Oh, Tim, by the way, you should definitely look into it's called XSplit VCam. So you could give yourself a green screen and we can give ourselves cool backgrounds.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I see the, I see the benefit. I just don't know. Like I see some folks with, a curated background
Right.
when they're doing their content. I see some folks doing the green screen thing. It's a little bit of both. I'm not sure which one I like more. I don't dislike the green screen thing, but I'm not bought into it yet either.
The only reason why I like the green screen is because my background is a hot mess.
Right. And I don't think that mine's like...
No, yours is fine.
I don't think it's bad. I definitely think that I could do a little bit more to improve it and to make it nicer. So I actually just changed the setup on my desk so that I have both monitors in front of me. I used to have it so there was one monitor here and the other one was over here. So I always had to look pretty hard.
Yeah.
Now one is here and one is here, so the turning is not really that much different.
Super drastic, right?
Right, and I got a light, which I used to light up that last game, which was nice, and it's it's just a ring light to...
Yeah, your board looked really, really good.
It did, didn't it? Like a very subtle difference, but that's what's good about the light is that it's deliberately soft light. So that worked really well, I think. But yeah, I worked a little bit on like my plans for making YouTube videos.
Oh my god, the delay between YouTube and and like what's actually happening right now is crazy.
Alan's not a bot.
Yeah, he was saying that because I brought up the Russian bot. And it's amazing how I bring up the Russian bot and literally like an hour ago I get a comment from a Russian bot.
It was pretty funny.
Whatever, I'll take it. I don't care, it's a Russian bot.
What a difference. Look at this. Google. Dark mode.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, why do I have YouTube right here on my front here? And I'm like, oh right, that's right, because I'm actually supposed to be going to Google Docs. So chat, I will apologize ahead of time. Since we are working on the podcast, I might forget that I'm live. So if I miss your message, I do apologize. But I think this would just be fun to just experience what like the behind the scenes of the AZA Commander. Ooh, that's what I should rechange the name of my stream to that.
What's that?
Behind the scenes of the AZA Commander podcast.
You just reminded me of something.
Right. Where's Google Docs? Where do I not? Oh, found. Oh God, that's so bright. Okay, so we're working on episode 10, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, look at that dark. Oh, cool. You did actually start working on some of the stuff. You put like the release dates and of the sets and stuff.
I literally did that 30 seconds ago.
Hey.
I did that while we were looking at this. I was just thinking to myself the other day, and unfortunately,
I was thinking to myself the other day, why hasn't somebody made a show called Enters the Battlefield?
I mean,
And the answer is somebody has.
oh fuck. Okay. Damn. I was like,
But I love that, right? Like, I mean, I don't know why it didn't occur to me before, and it may have just been that, like, the assumption that
that's a really good. Like, is it a podcast or?
I have found a YouTube channel
Hmm.
called Enters the Battlefield.
I like that. That's really cool.
Right? I don't. It just crossed my mind the other day. I was like, why didn't we do that? That is amazing.
I would have like in a heartbeat just changed it right there because that was quite stellar. Okay, so have you like fake advertisement this time? I feel like it should be like a fake gym membership or something.
What are we doing for the advertising?
Yeah.
Because it's January.
Because it's the New Year's and New Year, new me, and
but we fill it with
like podcast stuff instead of like here to lose weight. No, we're here to build more decks and experience or something along those lines.
Okay, I think I can get there. Like making, an advertisement for a gym, but we're talking about Magic instead.
Or just our podcast as a whole. And then we could like come up with some unrealistic like price per month to join our thing or whatever.
So if it's because that's very much like that kind of feels like you use the idea of how, setting goals for the podcast to kind of make this thing. So I could see where the connection comes in there, where the jumping off point comes. But like I think that if it's in my mind, I immediately go, okay, so it's an advertisement for a gym membership, but I do nothing but reference Magic cards. Meaning, like,
Ooh.
I find cards that are like pumping iron.
The gym could have cumulative upkeep. Oh my god, that's incredible.
Right, like so.
This is thanks to Alan. Like, thanks to chat. I mean, he calls me a fool afterwards, but whatever.
Where did the chat go? Oh, I had to shrink it.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure I don't take credit for things that aren't my ideas. What kind of heathen do you think I am? I call back when I say I call back, Alan.
Whoa, that feels personal. Okay.
It definitely
All right,
was.
So where are we? Okay. Gym membership.
Oh, you're pumping them lands into play. Getting swole, getting +5/+5 until the end of turn. Yeah. Oh,
You want to cast giant growth on your physique?
Oh my god. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's it. That's it. Okay.
I'm glad we got that settled.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So did you want to mention any like specific cards from these sets that you were looking forward to playing, or are you?
Isn't that so? That's okay, hold on. Let's see.
Because like quite frankly, like besides Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings, besides Phyrexian All Will Be One, and the only reason why I was excited about that was because of MagicCon Philly, and I just like the Phyrexian idea. Besides like Phyrexian All Will Be One, March of the Machines, Lord of the Rings, and the Doctor Who set, I have no idea like about any of the cards.
Yeah.
Because that's all my mental capacity could handle.
It's funny, but I feel like I've actually got used to the release schedule. Like I look at this list and I go, is that really all that much? And I think that, I mean, if you take the arena ones out, which I'm just gonna do. I'm
we don't.
I'm gonna remove those. It's not relevant to this conversation. So if you take those out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it used to be that we got 4 a year.
I mean,
You get 4 standard releases, and then at some point they started doing the Commander's yearly release, and that jacked it up to 5. And now, so what do we have? We actually had 1 extra standard set this year because of Aftermath, but it's not a whole set. So we have Dominaria Remaster, or no, I'm sorry, that's not right. Phyrexia, March of the Machine, Wilds of Eldraine, Caverns. There's our standard releases.
Right.
And even this MTG Lord of the Rings holiday release, like that's a super special product, right?
Yeah, that's something different like that. But like the reason why I mentioned this is because so it used to be 1 commander, like it would just be 4 or 5 commander decks that would come out in a single year. Now you had Phyrexian All Will Be One, I think had 4. I think March of the Machines had 2.
Oh, what a good point.
Like, so it's not just the sets, it's the commander sets on top of those sets. So realistically speaking, we're talking like it's almost 20 sets.
That's a fair point. So that's just because we're talking about it now, I think that we talk about this in the episode. So we'll go over the sets that came out, and then the first thing we talk about is how do we feel about the release schedule now? This is a topic of conversation. It's come up a lot over the past couple of years. Do we feel like Wizards is putting out too much content? And obviously our opinion isn't going to change it at all.
Right, but it's good to talk about it. It's just
how do we feel about it? Right, because again, my knee jerk right there is I look at that list and go, it's really not all that much. It doesn't. And I understand it is more than it used to be, yes, but it doesn't feel like this, extraordinary.
Because another thing that's not on this is I think Cute to Brute came out last year.
That's just 1 deck, though, yeah.
Right, but I mean, like that's still another that's not this isn't including any of the Secret Lair stuff.
I wouldn't include those because really anything that is just alternate art that doesn't include new cards, I don't consider a release. Does the Secret Lair of the pre-con deck count as a release, even though you had a limited time to buy it? Like it's just a different way of releasing a commander set. Were there new cards in it?
Brand new, no, but if that's the case, then does Dominaria Remastered count? Because there's no new cards in that set. That's just a reprint set.
That's a fair point.
So, I think Cute to Brute came out last year.
It's a fair point, but you can see that there's a pretty significant difference there, right? Like Dominaria Remastered is a playable, draftable set that did reprint a bunch of incredibly important commander staples and is there and changed the economics of the
Oh, that came out all the way. Wait, no way, that didn't come out in 2019. I thought that came.
So to that point though, like Cute to Brute is it is a completely reprinted new art, prefabbed commander deck. And the fact that it doesn't introduce any new cards into the format and isn't I don't consider that a set release by any stretch.
Right.
The reason that I actually am not sure that the Lord of the Rings holiday release belongs on here because it's 25 cards or something.
Well, then does Aftermath belong on here?
It's the same question. But again, I'm only saying that to kind of prep the conversation.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about in terms of when we look at this list, what comes to mind for us, how do we feel about the release schedule, what here feels like an actual set release. I mean, because the Doctor Who commander decks, and this is something that the Doctor Who commander decks feel more like the yearly commander drop that we used to get.
Right.
Because it was not attached to a set. It was its own thing.
I will say it was cool that they had booster packs though. I think that's very interesting. And that gives you a way to get foils and different alternate arts for cards that Because one of the problems that like I love Titania Priest of Argoth, but like it was almost impossible to get a foil for her. Well, it was impossible to get a foil because she was printed in the 2014 Commander set or whatever, and they didn't make foils or anything back then. And for someone who likes blinging out their deck, like it's like, okay, I almost don't want. I mean, obviously you run that card because it's really, really good, but like it's like, dang, should I just get a foil card that I can replace this with? But you know, she's unreplaceable. I love you, boo. I deserve that. Oh my god, I just splashed water all over my face. Is it just right? Why did I sound like a horse? I have problems, people.
Okay. And back to your question then. So once we talk a little bit about the release schedule, just kind of overview, then we'll go into, what sets or releases, did we look forward to the most? And I mean, I think talking about specific cards in that, if there were some, I think that that's a good thing to do. Because I mean, I think that every opportunity we have to paste a card on the screen is probably a good thing.
Oh, I agree.
Like, I really just think that that's good content, and we do end up doing that, like, because there are things when I go back and think about this, like thinking about Phyrexia All will be one. Like, it was an incredibly exciting set for a lot of reasons, for lore reasons, for power level. Like, it seemed really powerful at the time, and obviously it was right before MagicCon happened, so it was brand new when we went there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot going on there.
Oh, I definitely want to bring us up going to MagicCon Chicago and like what our goals are there, because I have a very different set of goals than I did last year.
I think we should make some content. I think that we should, even if it's just like using our phone cameras to get some candids of us like walking in and getting some kind of B-roll of us being there. I don't know if we could actually manage to record some games, but holy shit, would that be cool? Like,
I mean, you have a laptop, right?
Hell, I do, but I do not have a laptop that works as a mobile device.
Right, because the screen doesn't work.
The screen is broken. Yeah, the only way for me to use my laptop is to you don't necessarily need. We'd have to think about it. We'd have to come up with a really clear plan on how to do it, because I think the hardest part would be, and we saw some other people do it when we were in Philly. Like, you can mount a camera to the table.
Right, that's what I was thinking. We would just mount a camera to the table, but like,
but you need an arm that is big enough to do that. Because you would need to get far enough over and in the table that it can see all four things.
Right. And quite frankly, like, maybe the camera would be good enough, but like a webcam wouldn't be good enough to do that. So
without being able to kind of overcome those barriers, what I think that we should do though is just do some like kind of on the phone selfie vlogging about while we are there, and then cut that into the video that we inevitably make about our experience.
So I love that idea, and maybe we could interview some of the people that we played if they're interested in. Like, hey, we have a podcast. We want to maybe have an interview, see what your goals are, or what your expectations for MagicCon Philly. Like, what are you looking to do while you're here, and things like that, and just have like little conversations with the people we play with, or even see if we can get like content creators and say, hey, look, we're because like my goal is to play as many games with content creators as humanly possible, and to get more cards from Garth One-Eyed signed by as many people in the content creation business as humanly possible. So that, like, I don't know if I'm gonna bring in, like, I don't know if I just have the brain power to like organize my collection and say, okay, here's all my stuff that I'm willing to sell, here's the stuff that I want to keep, and then just bring it all and say, hey, how long did that take you?
It didn't feel like a long time.
Okay.
Like, really, it would, like, I had it, I was organized though. Like, I had it in a binder.
Right.
And,
I would
well,
bring
I
in a binder too. Yeah.
Yeah, I had two binders. I had my like mid-level pricey one and my upward pricey one. And they went through and they said how it was going to go. They're like, I'm just going to go through and point and say we would want that. Are you willing to be a part with it? And it's just real easy breezy, yes or no. Yeah, take it, don't take it. And they just moved on through and pulled everything out. And then they sat down and told me what they were going to offer me for all the cards. And honestly, you probably only get, I actually don't even know. If you do it for trade-in store value, you get more.
Of course, yeah.
But you don't get 100% of the list price for it. But I mean, money is entirely made up. But it's an entirely false economy. It only exists because we believe it exists.
Right.
So I very strongly feel like I really just made a very high dollar trade with a business, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So, as long as you have it in a binder ready to go, you just sit down with somebody, because what they have play mats that have dollar amounts on them. And as they're pulling cards out, they're organizing them into those stacks. Like, this is in the 20 to 30 range, this is in the 10 to 20 range, this is in the 5 to 10, here's $4 or less. And they just, they go through, and then basically, the way that my guy was doing it is he would actually, like, if there was a $15 card, he would put it halfway in between 10 and 20, so he knew.
Right.
It was quite clever, but they got it on lock. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I just don't know if I'm willing to take that time to do it, because like
I feel like the question you really got to ask is like,
do I want to get rid of this stuff too?
No, I really think I was gonna say the opposite. Like, what do you want? Like, what is it that you want that's so out of reach that you have to? For me, it was, I had a pretty lengthy list of what I wanted to get to finish the decks that I currently had, and to bolster because I wanted to finish my fetch cycle. I wanted to get a playset of all the fetches, and I wanted to get, like, more real estate. And I did. I got almost every single thing.
So like that's what I would be trading in for. Mostly it would be just like dual, or like, and like I plan on buying a Wheel of Fortune there while I'm there. But like, why not 2 Wheel of Fortunes, or why not a Wheel of Fortune and maybe another dual land to add to my collection, or like really big ticket expensive cards.
Right.
And if I can get rid of 3/4 of my collection to buy one, why the fuck not? But
it's the time, though. I get it. Like, I mean, for me, it was, I really did dedicate a fair amount of energy and time to, like, making I sat down with each of my decks and I made a list for every single one of them of the cards that I wanted, and then I added just the generic stuff that I wanted, and I had a very comprehensive list of what I was looking for.
Right.
And I just went there with my expensive binders and just dropped them all. But honestly, I'm at a point now where when I go this year, I'm not doing that. I don't even know if I'm going to bring binders. I might not. Because, like, trading...
Well, no one... Like, everyone was like, oh, I sold my stuff.
That's right. Like, trading did not go well. That was not something that, like, I don't feel like anybody else asked me if I had stuff that I wanted to trade. It was just really, that people were there to do business with the vendors. And if that's how it's going to be, I'm cool with that. I'm just not going to take that stuff along, because there's just there's no
too much baggage, right?
Yeah, there's no reward and there's a lot of risk, so there's just no sense in doing it. I think what I'll do instead is I'll try to bring more decks than I brought last time.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, if I don't bring any binders, I could essentially afford to bring maybe like 6 decks or something, because like 4 decks is like, you get kind of bored of them after a while.
Yeah, I ran into the trouble. It'd be interesting just to figure out what the sweet spot is, right? Because you really only get 2 days of playing, right? So if we like commit to really being in the command zone, playing commander games for as much as we can stomach those 2 days, how many games are you realistically going to get in? 6 a day? That's really a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you could probably get in 4 pretty comfortably, maybe more than that. But I think that, like, at some point, so if you had, you know, 5 or 6 decks, you could probably get away with repeating only once or twice and having it be only your most favorite decks. 4, I'm with you. I also had the problem of when I went last year, I took 4 decks and I had a couple that I was like, I don't really like this deck.
Yeah, you brought your Yorion deck and
yeah, like why did I bring this? I don't want to play this deck. It's not any fun. But I would play Tom Bombadil. I'd bring that. I'd play the hell out of that deck. That deck is fun.
yeah. Yeah, the decks that I'm thinking about bringing are Windgrace, Door, Doctor, maybe Krakens and Dinos. But like the thing is like I want to show like if I get into games with content creators, I'm playing my Door deck.
Right.
Because then I can just be like, oh, by the way, can you sign this card while we're playing?
Right.
So, but yeah, I want to kind of get our name out to content creators and be like, hey, look, you know, we just started a podcast last year. We're 8 episodes in. We get like 1 episode a month or whatever, or 10 episodes in, get like 1 episode a month. If you could listen to it, maybe tell me what you think in like a comment or something like that. That would be great. Like that's like what I'm looking for, like any sort of constructive criticisms. And like, hey, maybe they'll like what they see, and not saying that I'm asking for a shout out, but I wouldn't say no to a shout out either.
Well, sure, and I think that, like, I mean, you heard it from Murph last year. Like, the rising tide lifts all the boats. Like, really, we want content creators to support content creators. You see, I actually have seen more kind of crossovers in the past couple of years, which really, like, I find that very joyful. I really like to see that community chooses to support itself and chooses to support one another. I think that's really great.
Yeah. So biggest disappointments for last year was definitely Commander Masters. That shit was way too fucking expensive. Holy moly. Like the decks were cool, but like they weren't twice the value of what we normally pay cool. Right? Because we got Slivers with a really crappy land base. We got Planeswalkers, which Commander Gruff is really cool. Or whatever. We had your enchantment deck, which is bonkers good. Wait, no, that wasn't. Was that
Yeah, it was. It was a Commander Masters deck. It was a Abzan Saga.
And then there was the colorless deck.
The Eldrazi. Yeah, which really, like, what you get out of that is the Commander. Like there was not really all that great in there. You get a good Eldrazi commander that really, like, you know.
And then the other like valuable thing out of it was all the waste you got, because they're expensive.
Oh, I hadn't considered that. You're right. They are. Well, the original run, are they all full art? They're not.
No.
I had a handful of full art.
But the funny thing is the full art ones aren't as expensive as the normal ones are more expensive because they were printed less.
I find that hard to believe.
Here, I'll look it up.
I do believe you. I just, like, that's whack. Because
the
full art ones are so much cooler.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I should full art that one out. Well, maybe that's something I'll do this year. That's one of the only ones that one doesn't have particular lands in it. Like all my other decks have, like, kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Bespoke lands.
I like how you the regular ones are only $1. Oh no, they're 3 cents more.
The full art ones.
Yeah. And then 50 cents more for these. Yeah.
I could see that, because I like that deck actually quite a lot.
It's really cool.
Just because it has, like, I don't know, it really, like, I love that it really feels like it does actually have an identity, because Colorless really didn't feel like it did at some point, but it really started to.
Yeah. The last time I built a colorless deck, it was absolutely busted, and I'll never do it again. I had Kozilek the Great Distortion, and it was just ramp out into Kozilek, draw 7 more cards, and then play big scary tentacle monsters.
Yep.
But yeah,
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the question that you were really talking about first is what sets or releases do you remember really looking forward to? Before we get into the disappointments,
Right.
the ones that you were actually really stoked about. What were you most excited about before it came out? I think my answer is March of the Machine. I really do.
I agree with you only because of the story implications, not because of the cards.
Yeah.
But if I were to say the cards, it was definitely Doctor Who. I was looking forward to most of that.
And then we'll just do the broad answer now, and then you can kind of get more specific.
Yeah, when we're talking about it, yeah.
Mhm. And then so
Because I actually prefer when it's just like a 1-word or 2-word answer, just to jog my memory of what I was gonna say versus like having a detailed paragraph, so I'm not reading it to the people, you know. Ooh, the biggest success. I think Lord of the Rings was the biggest success that they had. Like hindsight wise. Oh right, I have cap locks on. That was definitely the biggest success. Sure. Oh god, I love that card. Oh, but you made such a cool deck out of Wilds of Eldraine.
yeah, it's just the commander. I mean, there's maybe 3 or 4 cards out of Wilds of Eldraine on there. The reason that I'm gonna talk about Wilds of Eldraine is not necessarily commander related, but rather just kind of release related. And it is that like the first Eldraine set was busted. It was
Yeah.
so strong that I forget how many cards they ended up banning out of it in standard. Like it was so strong. And Wilds of Eldraine, unfortunately, just ended up feeling, kind of. I don't know if it was the time that it came out or what was going on with it, but it just didn't have the same punch. And to be fair, I actually think that as a commander player, one of the things I'm always judging a set on is what does this bring to the commander game? Are there new, interesting, and unique commanders that this set brings to the table? And I usually don't have a hard time looking at a set and going, this is it, this is the one, I definitely want to build this person. So let's take for case in point here. So the first standard set of this year was Phyrexia All Will Be
Had
One.
no idea what card I would want to play out of that set.
But then March of the Machine. And March of the Machine gave me Hidetsugu and Kairi.
Mm-hmm.
And that deck is amazing. And it was like looking through that deck, that card was just immediately so intriguing to me and required a very interesting build around in order to do it. Oh, actually, Phyrexia All Will Be One, I built Izuri. I built the Proliferate deck.
Oh, right.
Which I also really like. So it had been a couple of sets, and I've done that for a while now. I usually, when a new standard release comes out, I usually try really hard to find a set from it that or find a creature from it to build a new commander deck with. And I had a really hard time with Wilds of Eldraine until I landed on Hilda. And again, like, it probably just the Azorius color combination. I have come to understand that it is my least favorite color combination.
Right.
I'm just not a control player. I'm just not. Just not. I am a combo player through and through, or a value engine player. Like I'm a mid-range player. That's what I do. So it was very hard for me to find one, and I was hopeful because Wilds of Eldraine thematically looked really cool, and I was like, oh, there's gonna be great legends for me to build around.
I definitely like the Bant, the Bant cookie guy, where he turns your creatures into foods.
Yep.
He's one that I would build, but I don't do very well with Bant because I go so value engine that I just can't finish a game ever.
It's kind of the problem with Azorius. Like when that was the problem with the Orion deck, is it just like it would get a lot of value and I'd be able to do some really ridiculous things, but it was really circular and like didn't really feel like it could win. And yeah, there's a card I need is the white Crater Hoof for that Azorius deck, because I'm just not messing around anymore. I'm just gonna draw cards until I get that and win. That's what that deck is gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And again, having a white-blue deck that wins with creature damage is very hilarious.
It's very nice. I really like the thumbnail of that episode.
Yeah.
Elsa's Timey-wimey adventure. But
So I think that when I think of I think that we're gonna have the same answer for the greatest success. I really do.
Lord of the Rings.
I think that the Lord of the Rings set is just...
We're allowed to have the same answer because that was such a good set.
It's so good. And I know that it had... Well, here's the irony, I think, is that it definitely had...
I built 3 different decks out of the Lord of the Rings set.
You did, didn't you?
I mean, I only purchased one of them, but like I built 3, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, but still. I could have gone more.
Yeah, and there's yet more. That well is not empty. That well is
no, I could go. Like
there's more.
Like I would love to maybe make the voting deck or something like.
Right.
God, that set was so good. And like every time I hear people talking about it, they mention a card. I'm like, oh, that card's so good. You can just say that about almost every single card from that set.
Jeez.
All aboard the struggle bus. Woot woot.
Sure, this is super entertaining for everybody to just watch us
Type and shit. Yeah, well, there's not that many people here anyway. I think they left after the game was over. But I mean, our conversation's been pretty solid too. Oh, you're so much better at this stuff than I am.
I work an office job.
But I can make a mean pizza. It will call you names and everything.
also do that. Although, in fairness, it's been a very long time. I'm
It's
sure
it's been almost what, 10 years? Almost no,
I have
almost
I
10
have
years.
worked-
Yeah.
Yeah, I have worked for. I just hit 8 years at Kate House in 2023. I started in December of 2015. So I left. Yeah, I left PJ's in like November of 2015.
God, the thing
So
is, I've been making pizzas for well over a decade. Isn't that absolutely terrifying?
yeah, I did it for that at least that long. I mean, I was at the Domino's in Gettysburg for 5 years. I was at the Domino's in Lidditz for 2 or 3. I was at the PJ's in this area for more than that. I did it for actually I could add more to that. I've worked at like, I know you have too, but I've worked at like a dozen different stores at this point.
I worked at I've been at Domino's for 3 years now.
No, no kidding.
Yeah. I started the summer of 2020 or something like that. God, this postnasal drip needs to stop. Alan's like, I've only had 3 jobs my entire life.
That's probably, I mean, honestly, like from a kind of generational standpoint, that's really surprising.
So,
Our
well-
generation job hops a lot.
So wait, so you worked at your school in Idaho. You worked at the pet shop.
Idaho.
Yeah, he went to school out there. And apparently Idaho is like, have you seen the movie Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
That's Idaho.
I just saw like an internet article about that.
Oh yeah.
About how it brought tourism, how that movie brought tourism to the state of Idaho, and that it's like gone down, but it's still happening. Like, can you imagine that? That a movie and a movie like that, like a goofy, weird comedy, like a weird cringe comedy, brought tourism to your area.
Yeah, right. It's like the tourism is the absolute nothing that we have. This is where
This is
Napoleon was. Yeah, this is where
they shot it, right? This is where they shot the
This is
movie.
the school.
I wonder if they even shot it there, if that's just what it's about. It's kind of like, you know, there's a statue of James Kirk somewhere, like the place where he is born, like the fictitious character. There's a statue of the town he's born in because he's a like Midwestern boy too.
Right.
Nerds.
Oh my god. What was I gonna say? Shit. It's not that important. Man, I'm not looking forward to driving for 10 hours tomorrow. It's snowing again. Or it was. But the Tesla actually does really good in snow.
Does it?
Yeah, I did not slip once tonight. I did have to slam on my brakes. Oh, by the way, so after I was on a delivery earlier tonight, right? And I'm driving down this street and this guy was in a real hurry. So every time he kept changing his mind whether he was going to go in front of me or wait for me. So then I had to slam on my brakes and like honk my horn, like, yo, there's snow on the road. You can't be doing this shit. So then he's following me because I happen to be going in the same direction. We get to a light and he passes me like way before he should have to get into the turning lane. Then the light turns red. He has to slam in his brakes. He's in the middle of the intersection. And then after everyone went, before the light turned green, he decided to make a left-hand turn on a red light. It's like, that's the stuff that scares me when driving in winter or in snowy weather. The people around me. I could have swore I was gonna die.
Yeah, I mean that's it though. Like you have so much road time, and you know I used to be able to say that, and really I don't feel as confident as I did 10 years ago. Like 10 years ago, I put so many hours in on the road. Like I considered myself a top-notch driver. I've never been somebody who drives fast. I've always been somebody who drives cautiously. But I also, being a pizza delivery person, know how to drive efficiently. Like I make decisions well, I make them quickly, and really like I'm just out of practice. I really drive very little now, but I'm still very very cautious. And when I'm out on the road, it's really I'm not worried about me making a mistake. I'm worried
about the other people making a mistake. Yeah.
Because boy, I mean, and this is the dustiest thing I'm gonna say today, but I really feel this way. I see motherfuckers on their phone all the time. Like
it's crazy,
just staring at their screen, like they're not even pretending to like glance down at their phone, like pull on one hand here.
Yeah, they're just
hands on the like. Are you kidding me? Like, I mean, you're operating a vehicle that can literally run people over and kill them, and you're not taking that at all seriously. That's what we're doing. Okay.
Yep.
It really that's my old man rant for today. It really pisses me off when I see people on their phone. Like
it's awful. I can't stand it. But no, the thing that you know what grinds my gears?
What grinds your gears?
I'm a professional driver, right?
Right.
I drive a lot of miles. Like to put this into perspective, I just changed my insurance, right? And the insurance was like, we're gonna test your driving by looking at like how many miles you drive. And like they were like, we're gonna give you 90 days and you have to drive 500 miles. I drove that 500 miles in a week.
Right.
Come said and done, after the 90 days, I had over 5,000 miles or something like that. Like, I am a professional driver, but what really grinds my gear is when my wife backseat drives. Like, honey, I'm a professional driver. Yes, I see that person 5 car lengths ahead of me braking. Thank you very much. You didn't need to tell everyone that.
We're sorry, Nina.
No, I'm not. She's asleep. She was asleep before I even got home. So she doesn't even have the stream on, but I'm going to let her know that. But no, that really grinds my gear. Don't tell me how to drive, especially when it's a kid 3rd row back saying the speed limit's only 70 miles per hour. Because that's what happened. Oh, they can see him.
That's Archie.
What's up, Archie? Is he a super secret spy?
Yeah. He's a guard. Like he'll sit here and make sure that the cats stay away from me, which is not what I want, but he wants to keep me safe from the terrible, awful cats.
I mean, I don't blame him. Cats are terrible and awful. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I want the cat to be here more than I want him to be here. Don't tell him that.
Hey, Archie, are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
Tim doesn't love you. Just kidding. He loves you to death.
Yeah, it turns out that I thought I was not a dog person, and then I accidentally inherited a dog, and I was right.
I was right. I'm definitely not a dog person.
I am not a dog person. I thought I had it on my bucket list, and it's still on there actually. Like at some point in my life, maybe in retirement or something, I want to raise a dog. Like that's on my bucket.
That's fair. Like get a puppy and
because there's something to that experience, I think, of actually, training a dog and
see, that's the thing. Like all the dogs that I've had were a little bit older and we're all potty trained, but too old to learn like tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like to do anything. So most of my dogs sucked. Peachy's awesome.
Well, and that's just it. The reason that it's on my bucket list is because my family had dogs when I was young. Not many, just a couple. And we treated them poorly. I would not say that we abused them or that we did anything that was technically inhumane, but like the understanding of how to like properly treat a dog is very different now than it was when we were kids.
Right.
And really, like, I look back on that and go, man, my parents were very permissive in that way. They were just like, oh, cute animal, let's get this cute animal, without knowing anything about how to properly take care of it. And like my parents were always, you know, for lots of positive qualities, but not good pet owners. And so there's a part of me that's like, I kind of want to pay that back, and I want to like, and I do on some level, just by treating the pets that I have really well now. And I know my siblings do too, 3 out of 4 anyway. I believe, well, 2 out of 3, I should say. I'm one of 4. Two out of 3 I can vouch for is treating their pets well. I can't speak for the third one.
Cards we didn't play but are still excited about. That's a tough question to answer, because then I would have to know the cards.
Right. So I think that is going to require at least a little bit of research. So, I mean, I would say you could look back at, you know, the decks that you built. Like, were there cards that you know, were thinking about putting in there from any of the new sets but ended up not doing? One that comes to mind for me, that it's actually not from this year, but as an example, is Awaken the Woods. It's that,
I guess that wasn't this year, was it?
It was at the end of last year. Brothers War came out in the last quarter of 2022.
I still have yet to play that card. I've had it in my Windgrace deck for so fucking long.
That's right, and that's just it. Like, and I actually think that there's a lot of decks that could potentially use it, and it really, like, just as an example, right? I'm trying to think of one, but I think that that's going to require some actual energy and maybe a little bit of research. I'm going to do that with like cards we actually played too. I want to look back over the decks I built, and come up with a little bit more about these different things to talk about, and then also think about memorable game moments to talk about.
Yeah, the most memorable one I had is the game with Murph, where it's like,
Yep.
I mean, that's hard to top, playing with a content creator and stuff. And then like the amount of support he gave just as a whole, like, hey, we're here to help everyone out, and that was really cool. So, oh, by the way, I know it's not as early as it was last year. It's at 4 o'clock this year. The Game Nights Live. So I'm thinking I kind of want to get there at like 3 to get a chair.
Yeah, I like that idea. And I'd definitely be down for like actually being a part of that audience in a more
Then
like
the sideline.
In order to do that though, like I really feel like you need a chair, you need a beverage, and you need a snack. I'm not gonna sit there and watch Game Nights Live without having it be like a theater experience. Like, I seriously want a bucket of popcorn. Although probably not an option, but that's what I'm talking about.
I will put a bag of popcorn in my book bag, and then we can just fucking chomp on some fucking popcorn. Or I could make Nina make some caramel corn. Her caramel corn's really good. So
caramel corn's dangerous though. Like, I love caramel corn. Don't get me wrong, but like I will destroy an entire bucket of it.
Especially my wife's. It's really good.
Very, very bad about myself for a long time. So just regular run-of-the-mill popcorn, not so much. It's not actually that calorically damaging.
That's true, I guess.
Okay, so
back to the podcast.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much more we're really going to kind of sitting here and riffing. I did want to take a look at it and see if there's anything else. We did add a little bit about talking about the release count, you know, having a little bit of more conversation there. You had the idea for the advertisement, which is great. I'll spend some time tomorrow fleshing out my part of it, and you know, working on intro and outro a little bit. So that'll all be done. And then, you know, if you just want to riff on your stuff or put some like bullet point notes for yourself, I would encourage you to just take some time to do a little bit of research. Just look over the stuff. Like just glance at the sets. You don't have to read every card. Just go through and remember the ones that really jump out at you. Like, holy shit, I thought this was going to be amazing, and I didn't even go out. I mean, again, the white Crater Hoof comes to mind. Like everybody saw it and was like, this is going to be a Commander staple. I've never seen it played, which is not to say that it's not good. It's obviously good. Like that card's gonna win games. I'm gonna buy myself one. I'll wait for MagicCon to do it. I mean, I could just order it right now, but
Oh, I forgot about my Yargle Multani deck. Oh my god.
Oh, there you go.
Ah.
That's March of the Machine deck. There you go.
Oh, that was a fun. It was not good, but it was a fun It was. I almost call it like a combo deck. Like.
Yeah, you ended up doing the value thing, right? Like where you end up like creating such an enormous amount of value, but you needed a consistent way to win. And you know,
I forgot how I won with this deck.
Well, that's the tough thing I think that we run into quite a lot is the
I won with like Gerard and stuff like that, where I would
Right, which makes perfect sense to me. But like when you only have kind of one avenue to go down to do that, it ends up feeling like a linear combo deck. And I think that having linear combo decks, unfortunately, doesn't necessarily feel like a great thing to do at the commander table all of the time.
I was about to say I have one combo deck that I will strongly disagree and say it's the best thing to sit against every time, and that is my Garth One-Eyed.
Right.
Because that's like a puzzle. Like, how am I gonna put this puzzle together? It has a linear idea, but like assembling all those pieces are quite difficult.
And you gotta survive, right? Like that's the point of the deck, is I'm gonna put defenses up, keep myself in the game as long as I can, and then get to the point where I hit that. That's what had just happened in that game. Like I really I saw the aggressive player coming out the gate and was like, I'm gonna be as quiet as I can. I'm gonna try very hard to be as unthreatening as I can. So that, and this guy's he spread it around and he attacked everybody. But I was like, I think I can survive this early onslaught long enough that I can get a couple of sagas down. So by the time I play Tom Bombadil, he'll be a hexproof and indestructible.
Right. No, I think you played that game really well. And like, I saw the storm that was brewing on your side of the board, and he wasn't doing anything about it. I was like, you shouldn't be attacking me. Like, don't get me wrong, I can be dangerous too, but like, you clearly loudly see me complaining about all the lands that I've drawn or am getting or looking at, and telling you that so yeah. So the three spells that I had in my hand were Path to Exile, Apex Devastator, or Apex Altasaur, sorry. And then the other one was Polyraptor. So like Polyraptor costs Polyraptor costs 8, Apex Altasaur costs 9, and Path to Exile costs 1. And then the rest were lands. And you saw the other 2 spells that I drew. So it's just like, I am clearly not doing anything. You should stop attacking me. And then like so one of the cards that I drew off the 20 cards that I drew on the last turn of mine was the whenever it attacks you, it becomes a copy of another creature. I can't wait to do that. Make it a copy of Gishath, and then make it rain even more dinosaurs. Because it has a different name, so I can do it that way. That's why I was like, when I was like, oh, I'm sad that I don't have my dinosaurs cost 1 less, and I can tap to give target dinosaur haste, because I would have been like, smash, haste, smash. But obviously, I didn't survive long enough to do any of that.
Well, you really did flood pretty hard. That's a damn shame right there. That like, you know, that because that deck's so capable of ramping into those big things. You just sometimes that's the wrong half of the deck, right? Like,
Well,
you-
so I think part of the problem was like I was playtesting it earlier, but like when I'm playtesting and pulling out a whole bunch of lands and putting them on the battlefield, I might not be shuffling them back as well together as I should be. So like I'm getting
Yeah,
like I literally had a pocket of 7 lands in a row.
right.
Clearly, I'm not doing a very good job shuffling this deck. Or I'm doing so good it's separating like oil and water, which is a magic trick I know. That's a time story or whatever. It's getting kind of late. I need to go.
All right.
So yeah, I'll look at some cards over the weekend. And that Yargo Maltani deck was pretty fun. But again, it's like I did the thing. Now I don't need to do it anymore. That's one thing that I really love about Spell Table or Moxfield. I get to do that, experience the thing, and be like, okay, I'm done. All right, yeah, I'll look for some cards. Seriously, I'm going to be talking about Bilbo, and it looks like cards we
Isn't
actually played. Bilbo.
Isn't that the point though?
Yeah.
I mean, we're like when we ask ourselves, what is the question that we are answering here, right? And I think about this a lot. Like when it comes to a conversation or when it comes to a communication, like there has to be a goal in mind. Like we're trying to get somewhere, right? Where are we trying to get? And the question that we are answering, boiling it all down. We're going to frame it out by talking about the sets and the different things we did, but there's one thing that is like, what really made you happy this year in the world of Magic the Gathering? And for you, that Bilbo deck, like and I think there's a part of it that's just so
It's
frustrating.
that I haven't had the
because
birthday
it's
party yet.
Right, it's so hard to you can get to the life, but it seems like you never actually get to throw the party.
No,
So
because
it's very-
people like you rain on my parade.
It's true, and that makes it. Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I Princess Takes Flight. Your Bilbo.
Yeah.
I hit Bilbo with the Saga, and you left.
I
him in
was
exile.
greedy, yeah. I was greedy.
Yes, that's what it was. Oh man.
Yeah, I was greedy.
Because that's one of my favorite interactions in that Tom Bombadil deck. Is I think the Princess Takes Flight is just absolutely an overperformer. So I really like, and that will always be my example of, sometimes people just do the thing and they don't realize what's gonna happen next.
The worst part is it wasn't even you that did it.
That's right.
It was our opponent that was like, fuck you, Steve. I'm like, well, I'm out of this game. I'm never gonna do anything ever again. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing, Steve. But no, I also want to bring up, I guess I should bring up my bring up a third deck, and that's going to be the 14th Doctor Rosid. Even though those two cards aren't really out yet, I think it still qualifies because they like spoiled it and I bought it last year, but I won't get it until April or so. All right, chat. Tim, did you want to play Magic tomorrow, or did you just want to worry about the?
I might be down tomorrow if you're feeling up to it after work.
Oh yeah, I mean, if anything, I'd be more up for it tomorrow than I would have been like for tonight, because I only work until 8, which means I'll get done around 7.
All
Which
right,
means I get to put the kids to bed and then we can play.
All right, cool. Yeah, big maybe, but let touch base and we'll see. I could be down for that.
So if he's not down for that, I will be continuing our adventure in Bolter Gate, and if not, or even so, if we only play one game and it's not super late, I'll play Baldur's Gate after.
Nice.
Because holy moly, wait, how many hours have I put into this game so far? Like, it is an absurd amount. Like, I'm not one to play video games very often. Like, I only play video games when I'm like streaming, and I have not had a day off of streaming yet since this year started. And I have put Oh, I forgot I bought. Baldur's Gate. I have put a total of 60.3 hours into Baldur's Gate so far. I'm barely into the second act, which means I still have Act 2 and Act 3 to complete. Now I will say I had to do the beginning tutorial a couple of times because I screwed up on my like character creation or whatever. Like I had originally made a tiefling and I'm like, nah, I really want to be a half orc instead, so I had to like redo it, but I didn't get very far into the game, so I was just like, oh, I'll just redo it and start over. And then I've like wanted to build a character that I could play when I get off of work and waiting that hour for the kids to get home, where I don't have to stream. Because I don't, with my Shump playthrough, I don't want to be like, while I was off stream, I did this, this, and this, and I don't want to do that. I just want everyone to be like, oh, this is where we're at. You can clearly see everything that I've done so far. But so yeah, it's a really great game. I would strongly advise. I mean, it won Game of the Year for a reason. And it's really cool seeing what Larian's doing. And like a lot of like other game companies are like, this is not setting a bad precedent for what like a AAA game should be, because, you know, they're listening to their people and changing things that need to be fixed and all this stuff. And it's like, oh my God, like they're just doing their jobs the way they should be doing it, instead of making like one thing that like one of my biggest complaints for games in recent history would be Resident Evil 3 Remake. Because, I mean, that felt like a DLC, man. It's a AAA game from Capcom. And my first playthrough of it was like 2.5, 3 hours. And that's all the game had to offer. It was just like, you didn't really need to do another playthrough. You could if you want, but like it doesn't change. It's all exactly the same. Where like the original Resident Evil 3, like, it was open enough that you could choose to go different ways, which means Nemesis spawns in different positions and you get different cutscenes for going in different directions and stuff. And none of it was there in the remake. And it was quite disappointing. Like, dang, I paid $60 for Resident Evil 2 DLC. But anyway, enough chit chat. We've tried to say bye like 7 times. So bye, chat. We'll see you tomorrow. And Sunday might be our first day off. Depends on what time we get done recording. If we get done recording early enough, I'll play some. But if not, it might be my first day off this year. Oh, I'm such a monster. Ooh, you know what I should do? I should bring my PC, and we can set up everything, and I could just have like everything there. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Terrible idea. That's terrible.
I'll bring the power supply. I'll bring all 3 monitors. I'll
The table.
the microphone, all of it.
Yeah.
Like it'll just, I can have that all fit in a book bag, right? Right, guys?
Let's do it.
I'll store my decks inside the tower. There's room in
This
there.
idea, I'm excited.